morning, everybody. The 6th of July. Happy 4th of July. Hopefully everybody had a good 4th of July. Didn't blow up any fingers or anything with errant fireworks. Been on vacation for the last week or so. Back for the first time in a little over a week just to see. I'm going to do a bunch of odds and ends stuff today. I frankly don't have a plan yet, so I'm going to kind of formulate it as I go. I think I'm going to attack this spot over here, which I've kind of ignored, this gap and everything like that, and see if I can take care of that. Unfortunately, I think that's going to require me cutting some metal. I'm going to get these lights set up around the perimeter, these LED lights, and see how that goes, and just some odds and ends. So we'll see. Maybe I'll come up with something special. Not quite as bright as I was hoping, but it definitely lightens up this front portion in here where it's the worst. Definitely enough to paint. And I might rearrange it a little bit. This tarp is going to come down before I do my final painting because I want everything as clean as possible so that that stuff will get messed up. But really the only splice that I had was right there, and everything else was able to use the plugs that kind of come with the stuff just to rearrange it and make it go in different directions or something like that. You can see another one up there. So that's the really bright one there, and these are not as bright, though the camera probably doesn't really show it that well, but I'm happy with the way that it's come out. So I got a lot of little odds and ends things, little pits, little bubbles, whatever, like this crease in here. There's a little welding crack there. Just little itty bitty things that I had never really gone through and taken care of, and I'm going to finish that up today. I also think I am going to cut right on this seam here and cut this little piece of the sill out. I probably will regret that, but I just essentially consigned myself to the cars not getting on the road this season. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and take care of a lot of that stuff today. Little odds and ends, like I said, a lot of fiberglass filler and stuff, trying to get these little pits filled in, and just taking care of the little stuff that hopefully is going to make it a little bit more of a complete and better looking restoration when I'm done, and not leaving these things in the interest of getting it all done. I might as well, you know, if you're gonna ride a white horse. So here's a close-up of this sill here. Back up a little bit, show you where I am. So I'm right in the bottom of the B post where the door jamb stuff is, all up in here, and it's kind of hard to see, but if you look right at the very bottom of, I guess, the bottom of the B post, that is sunk in and beat in a little bit there. I probably did that when trying to get everything fit. And then the sill itself is square and in good shape, but what happens there is just get this big huge gap because of that. So my intention here is to cut out the sill, because the B post is kind of made up of several pieces here. So you've got this piece here is on this door jamb here, so that's spot welded. So I would have to drill out several spot welds and then cut down and over. And I think that's going to be more difficult than to just make a cut here, somewhere up and around in here, and then down towards here, and then over and so. And you can maybe also see, it's kind of hard to see under here, but that little guy right there, and that little guy under there a little bit further, those are little spot welds that I put in there, and those are not factory original because obviously it's new sills, but those were the way the factory did it. I've got some old pictures that a gentleman sent me that works at the British Motor Museum, obviously in Britain, and they've got the very last Spitfire that rolled off the assembly room, or the factory. So that's in there, and he sent me some close-ups of the sill area, and that shows those two little spot welds there, and I do remember cutting them off. So that's kind of original. But again, so I'm going to cut this back an inch or two down and over and try to remove that whole piece. That'll gain me access hopefully into here with a little bit of room, and then I can try to finagle prying and everything like that. I might have to do a weld build up here on this piece, excuse me, just to make that work. And again, like I said previously, hopefully I won't regret this, but we'll see how it goes. Got the square marked out of where I'm going to cut. I am going to cut right on this seam, this little extra line here. Decided that I wanted to cut inside that little corner there. I think it'll be easier in the long run to get the piece out. So I'm going to cut this whole piece out and then reveal the little step that's behind here, and hopefully that'll allow me to kind of fix this and do some weld buildup or whatever I need to do to get this better looking than it is right now. I'm going to use this angle grinder here, even though I don't really care for this thing all that much. It's not as easy to wield. It's not as easy to cut stuff with as with the electric one, but it does. It's a little easier to get into tight spots. So just through here, and up and in, and then be able to cut that little thing, and hopefully I'll minimize any other random damage. Hurts your ears. You want to wear earphones for this, thingamajigs for this, you know, thingamajigs. Kind of hard to see in the shadow here, but there is a flange. Obviously I got the piece cut and I got it set here just with the magnet. There's a flange behind there that, for all intents and purposes, as far as I know, should be flush. What I did with the other side is I had to cut this whole piece out, and I had welded a new flange in there. So right now, if you go over there and look, they're almost touching. Pull this off, and you can see that it's all distorted and everything, and also the step is pretty deep compared to where the sill should sit. You can see down there that it continues that way. So I think what I'm going to try to do here is cheat a little bit and make a new flange and lay it on top of this one, and just kind of go that way with it a little bit more, so expand it out a little bit, and just tack that on top of this one and see if that'll work. Obviously I'll dry fit all this stuff first and then weld the piece that I just cut out to the new one. And now of course here I'm worried about rust. I got 3 layers of metal that are going to go in here potentially, and I want to minimize the amount of rust, so I'm going to have to try to preserve it as good as possible. And also here, this corner is pretty beat up, and what that's resulting in is that big gap between the nice sharp corner of the sill portion that I cut out and this guy. So I'm going to try to do a weld build up here and get this squared off. If you can tell, there's some brass in there, and brass and MIG welding don't get along, so I got to go in and try to get as much of that brass out as I can, and I'm just going to sloppily dump weld metal on there and build it up, and then try to grind it to make it look a little pretty and get it nice and smoothed out. So that's the path ahead with this. I got to find some scrap metal here and get this flange built up and see how this works out for me. Here's what I'm looking at. I got the area cleaned up. I have my little flange piece, which is probably a little bit too wide, made. So what I'm going to do is I'll do my weld build up here in this corner and a little bit on that flange, and then just try to get that cleaned up as well as I can, and try to get the corner kind of a sharp rounded, if that makes any sense, like this is. And then tack the seam in there, or the flange in there like this, and then hopefully that'll sit behind enough. If you can see, there's a little bit of a gap there. And then once that's tacked into this existing flange, protecting it and everything for rust and all that kind of stuff as best as I can, then come back in with the original piece that I've cleaned up and weld that guy over top, and then hopefully that'll clean that whole area up a little bit. So again, weld build, flange, and this is galvanized, and I've cleaned the galvanization off a little bit so I can weld. I'm a little concerned for the quality of this flange here, though it seems pretty good shape, but concerned for not blowing through that. Get a little bit more paint off of there just so I don't have any popping and sputtering, and then again, weld build up, flange, and then cover it back up. So that's the plan of attack. Got the area set up here, got my ground. Obviously it's a little tight because everything's painted, so I had to find some clean metal. And I'm just going to do a weld build here. If you notice that little dot there, I had the welder set a little bit too low on current, wasn't getting any grip at all. So I'm just going to fill in this corner, working around a little bit of brass in there as best as I can, and then filling in a little bit of that flange just because that's going to be, the corner is a lot more rounded off on the flange than it is on the new one, and I'd still have the same old gap. So I'm going to just try to, again, build this up, not trying to weld two pieces of metal here, and see how this works. What I've decided to do here, you can see this big hole, I hope. I'm just going to take that whole top of that flange off and let this piece mimic it. Weld that up that way. One, I can't get in there. And two, this flange is essentially not really weldable because of its damage. So hopefully I won't regret that. Had trouble fitting this thing up with magnets or whatever else I was trying to do, so I'm just going to use tape here. The problem with the tape is I can't see all the seams. Try to get this taped as tight as I can get. That way that'll give me an idea of what I'm looking at. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to weld that flange in essentially where it sits. Probably tack it, and then I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of more weld build in there, but I'm going to keep it away from that top there where I was having the problems. Tricky. Alright, so essentially the top of this is going to be, I'm almost flushed up with this. So I'm going to go put 2 holes in this thing over on this side so that I can plug weld it into the flange. Hopefully I don't line it up with that hole. I guess I should make some marks here. Gonna have to be low. We'll get it welded in. Alright, well, it's not perfect, but I think it's what I came for. This gap here is pretty big. This will take a little bit of finesse to get it welded in. In hindsight, this cut up here, up at the top, should not have made it there, though I'm not incredibly sure where else I would have made it to show that flange there, but it's going to be hard to get in there with a grinder and make that nice and pretty. So I'll just go around and stitch weld this, get this welded back in, and I'll come back out after it's all stitch welded. Alright, well, I'm alright with that, I guess. Grind it down, fill them with all the little pinholes I have. and then come over here and assess this gap. It's better. It's I hate to say it might not be quite better enough, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Much better on the gap. You can see that there's almost there's very little gap, I should say, not almost none. But the only thing, if you can kind of see in there, there's a black hole. I was afraid to fill that in with weld metal because I was afraid that I would not be able to get it sanded down because of the tight spot. So I just kind of left it. What I am going to do, however, is go through that whole kind of area with some seam sealer. But for now, I've got to get the welds covered with fiberglass filler, and then obviously I got to go through the whole bodywork kind of thing phase in there. It is not a perfect seamless thing going on, so I'll have to do body filler again. Also, you probably saw the paint flying off and everything like that, so I'm going to need to worry about feathering the paint back in so that I can it doesn't show real bad on that. Not too concerned with that because this is kind of low on the car and all, but that's something that I will take a look at. So like this stuff here where there's a big ridge, I want to get that taken care of because you will be able to see that. So that's really the rest of the day is going to be filling that with fiberglass, and then I may go around and get some spots that need regular filler and just polyester stuff just to clean up some seams and things like that. But it's already about 2:45, so that took the whole day, but I'm happier with it now, and it won't be bugging me and staring at me and screaming at me every time I walk up to the car. Got the fiberglass filler on this on and sanded down. It actually is not too bad. There's a kind of a low spot where it transitions into here, but I think I've always had that, if I remember right. But I'll work on it with a little bit of filler, but I'm actually pretty happy the way that it came out. And you can see that that gap is a lot better looking, a lot cleaner looking, and it doesn't look like it goes into a black hole there. Again, I do intend to put some filler, or not filler, but excuse me, but I do intend to put some seam sealer in here, but that won't be until after I get it epoxy primered so I can get the epoxy in there. And I also feathered in a lot of this paint, so hopefully that won't be too noticeable. I also got some filler in here that still needs some work. Obviously these nooks and crannies are painful. There's a little bit of a high spot in several spots, but this seam right here, I'm not quite sure if I'm really digging that because it's going to essentially make it look like one piece of metal, which is not really what the factory had. So if I can find, maybe use a metal file or something to try to make that a sharper lip. I do like the fact that it's not going to let water really get in there, but cosmetically not quite what I'm looking for there, but I'll take it if I can't find another solution. But otherwise, that's it for me for today, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.